This is Randy Bell with the Courier podcast, the place to come for the latest Clinton news. In a rain-soaked runoff, voters in Clinton's Ward 3 chose Robert Chapman as their new alderman. Chapman, the public information officer and webmaster for the Clinton Public Schools, defeated attorney Ronnie Morton by about 80 votes to fill the vacancy on the board created by the death of longtime alderman Bill Barnett in June.
I'm really humbled to know that Ward 3 voted for me. You know, it's humbling, but it's a lot of pressure on my shoulder because I want to live up to their expectations. But I'm exceptionally excited. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to see what we can bring forth to the city and how I can play my part to help.
Just under 500 votes were cast compared to 645 in the first election August 2nd, which featured a field of 5 candidates. And while there's usually a drop in the turnout for a runoff, the wet weather may have discouraged some people from getting out to vote, but Chapman spent the entire day standing under an umbrella, waving to voters as they drove past, heading to and from the polling place at Traceway Park. One of his first priorities on the board will be the city's street paving program.
I want to find out some information about that. I'd like to see what the future holds.
He also plans to focus on parks and recreation and public safety. And Chapman believes the board made a smart move back in April to opt out of a new state law which legalizes medical marijuana.
At the time, I think it was the right decision.
He says it gave the alderman the opportunity to gather more information on the pros and cons of the issue. And now, as the city considers whether to opt back in to head off a medical marijuana referendum, Chapman is keeping an open mind.
One thing that I've discovered through talking to the aldermen during this campaign time is that they work very much together as a team. I very much want to hear what the others have gathered and piece that information together to make a wise decision rather than just a rash decision.
After hearing the runoff results, Morton congratulated Chapman and looked back on his 6-week campaign.
We worked hard. We walked the streets, met a lot of people. That was really one of the most rewarding things about all of this is getting to see Clinton in a different way, different light, and meeting different people.
He had trailed Chapman by about 100 votes in the first election and closed the gap in the runoff. But
it was an insurmountable lead to overcome. And so we worked it hard, did our best. I'm proud of the campaign we ran, but wasn't enough.
I'm Randy Bell.